When Bioshock launched on August 21st, 2007, it took the gaming community by storm, becoming one of the best-selling Xbox 360 games of all time. Down the road, it spawned a sequel and prequel game, but did you know there was also a direct prequel book that ended moments before the start of the first game? Welcome to Mighty Entertainment, and today we'll be looking at Bioshock Rapture, a novel by John Shirley. And while I'll do my best to talk about the book without giving away major spoilers, no guarantees. In 2011, Bioshock Rapture was released. The novel took readers into a deeper origin than was told as a narrative in the game. Readers first met Frank Fontaine before he set roots in Rapture. We also get a close-up look on how Fontaine's and Andrew Ryan's rivalry began. The book brings to life almost everyone we heard from the audio tapes that you were scavenging around for from the first game. In 430 pages, readers descend through the years of Rapture up to the infamous New Year's Eve incident. This is a book you definitely shouldn't read until you have a complete playthrough of the first game, as it will spoil one of the biggest reveals and plot twists from it. You will also find yourself completely lost when they begin talking about Adam and Eve and different plasmas. The book doesn't spend any time explaining what was already explained in the first game, so readers unfamiliar with the world of Rapture may find themselves scratching their heads. That being said, the real question is, should you read the book? If you're a die-hard Bioshock fan like myself that has to know everything about Bioshock, then I would say yes, read it, at least once. But if you're a casual reader or a casual gamer, I would say avoid this book. One of the best things about the original Bioshock was the story, walking into a world that seemed to turn itself upside down as you slowly unravel the mystery as you proceed through the game. The book takes all these elements away, filling in with unnecessary and unneeded gaps that sort of feel like you are putting a face to the boogeyman. The book will shed light on Dr. J.S. Steinman. No, not on how he became a psychopath, or how he got to Rapture, or why anyone would want him on their team. The book sheds more light on his involvement in Ryan and Fontaine's rivalry, which is great, I guess, for a character you kill near the beginning of the game. Almost every other character we already know enough to understand them from the game, and the book provides detailed filler that may actually negatively affect the game rather than support it, as it makes everyone that more human and the situation less mysterious. What's worse is Shirley chose to focus on a group of characters that weren't as exciting or appealing, say as Sandra Cohen. Yes, Cohen is in the book, but his role is even less of a supporting character and more of an ensemble one. The only character story that was remotely interesting was the protagonist, Bill McDonagh. While what happened to Bill is briefly mentioned in the Bioshock game, like everything else in this book, Bill's character development is the only one you really cling to and understand. The final moments of Bill's character in the book is very heart-wrenching, because you already know what's coming and you couldn't help but hope that he would succeed in assassinating Andrew Ryan. So overall, how would I rate this book? Using a 5-star system with 5 main points, the first being, was the story entertaining? Did I find myself enjoying the story and craving for more as I turned the pages? In short, no. The book did have its moments of page-turning glory, but the majority of the time it felt like a chore to get through, the amount of unnecessary filler the book has. Honestly, Shirley could have cut close to 200 pages and still gotten his point across for this story. Shirley was all over the place with this novel, but Bill's story is enough to give this half a point, or half a star. The second star would be if I would read this book again, and in short, no. I can't find myself reading this book again for any reason, even if a new game was announced. The third star represents if I would recommend this book to anyone, and that's yes and a no. I would only recommend this book to die-hard fans of Bioshock, not the person who enjoyed the game. I definitely would not recommend this if you haven't played the game, so we will go with half a point on this one as well. The 4-star represents if I would read a prequel or sequel of this novel, and of course I would. I know I touched on a lot of negative things about this novel, more so than positive, but at the end of the day, I'm still a huge Bioshock fan. Put it this way, if you love Star Wars, are you not going to watch Empire Strikes Back anymore because The Last Jedi was a clusterfuck? No, of course not. So I'm not stopping anytime soon with the Bioshock love. The 5th star represents character development. which is kind of odd with prequels. If we ignore Bill's story, who had the best development in the novel, all we have is characters that all we really need to see is them become different by the time the novel ends and the game begins. And the novel does do this, but it doesn't have any wall-breaking character development to get there. The characters are pretty much almost there, just needing that extra push near the beginning of the novel. I would have loved to have seen Fontaine start off with more simpler objectives that manifested into the Fontaine we meet in the game. Ryan's character development took the magic out of the Walt Disney Vincent Price mashed up character and showed how weak of a person he actually was. While the character development was nothing special, it did do its job, so a star is fine here. That gives this novel 3 stars out of 5, which is considered an average score. Before I leave, let me know if you've read this book in the comments below. Did you love it as much as I hated it, or did you find yourself pushing through it like me? Until the next video, guys, take care and be safe.